Praise the Lord.
Thank you. All right. I'd like to welcome everyone today to the Logan County Commissioners meeting. I'd like to open this meeting. It is June 30th, 2022. It's 9 o'clock in the morning. Please rise for flag salute.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Thank you all for joining and welcome. We have one citizen that requests to be heard, Mr. Bill Gonzalez.
Yes.
Podium's yours, sir.
All righty, thank you. My name is Bill Gonzalez. I'm based out of the Kansas City area. I represent a company called True North Steel. We're a structural steel fabricator. We've made structural steel for buildings, shipped them all across the United States. We also have a bridge division. That's the division that I represent, and that's what I wanted to visit with you folks about today. Going around to the counties within a 4-state area and letting them know about our vehicular bridges. These are modular bridges, so they essentially arrive to the county site, the shop, or where the bridge is going to go in, essentially fully assembled. So for example, a 24-foot wide bridge by 40 feet long, you're going to have 3 segments about 8 feet wide by 40 feet long. So the maximum weight of each of those segments is going to be about 13,000 pounds. So it's very easy, it's lightweight. You folks could use a backhoe, not have to worry about renting a crane, lift it in place. In many cases, a 24 by 40 bridge with those 3 segments can be set in less than 8 hours. So it really frees up your time if you're installing bridges currently and doing it from a segmented standpoint. It frees up your time after those 8 hours. You can go on and work on other things that you would typically do with the county. So you're essentially gaining man hours by purchasing and setting these modular vehicular bridges. So with that, I have some brochures here that I'll pass out.
What do you think the estimated cost of the 40-foot bridge would be?
A 24 by 40 foot bridge delivered to Oklahoma is going to run you $75,000.
Is your company on state contract or part of any cooperative purchasing agreements?
That I'm not aware of. I don't think so, though.
One bids.
Thank you.
So the reason that question was asked, sir, is that anything over a certain dollar threshold, which $75,000 would certainly exceed that, has to go out for bid.
Sure.
Right, and so it takes a lot longer when we have to do that.
Okay.
It's a sealed bid process, so they have to be mailed out, responded to, and then opened and discussed, and then we pick the lowest and best based on that.
Is there a website that I can go to at the state to be a part of what you're talking about?
As far as state contracts, so the state enters contracts for all kinds of items that then we are able to piggyback off and don't have to individually bid.
Okay.
Central purchasing through OMES, Oklahoma, whatever, but it's central purchasing through the state would be who you would contact to see if they have any bids that they're fixing to let that would allow you to bid back to them and become part of.
Okay, I'll look into that then. What is the dollar amount, the threshold where you have to go out for bids?
25,000.
25,000, okay.
About a third of a bridge.
So if you sell it to us at $24.99.
Can I do 3 purchase orders for each segment?
No.
That is specifically prohibited by state law.
I guess we couldn't buy one section at a time, could we?
Well, if you did it over a 3-year process, I think.
3 years you could.
Yeah.
All righty, is that it?
That is it.
I appreciate your time.
Yeah. Thanks for coming by.
Thank you.
If you guys have some sizes you want me to do some budget prices on, you can reach me via email. And check out our website too. You can see some of the things that we've done.
Thank you, sir.
So this don't include no head walls or nothing, you're just talking about the bridge?
Correct. Yeah, head walls are in addition.
Yeah.
All right, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right, consideration of possible action on minutes of June 15th, 2020.
Move to approve.
I'll second.
Have a motion and a second to approve. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes unanimously. Item 5, open sealed bids and consideration of possible action to award said bids on rock and rock hauling, asphalt products, and asphalt laid in place.
Okay. So as you know, we had to redo these 3 bids because of an error in the specs. We have bids from Stewart Stone, Doe Lisi, and Brown Transportation. And what we have put in place is, Tracy, if you choose not to award today, Tracy's gonna take them and work up the spreadsheet and get them back to you today, because they will be on tomorrow's agenda to award.
So you're gonna be super one today.
Yes.
Sweet.
What are they saying?
Okay. I would imagine Doe Lisi has taken over Quapaw. And so I think that they're submitting for their Quapaw locations and then separately for their Doe Lisi location.
Thanks.
Ground transportation is $37 a ton to all zones.
What?
Well, hang on. Zone, that's 3 eighths, 3 inch. So inch and a half out of Davis, Oklahoma, is $29 a ton, that's delivered. 3 inches, $30 a ton delivered. Inch and a half crusher runs 29. Is Brown the other one that bid delivered?
Typically, but I can't, they can look at those to see. Typically, they only did deliver.
Yeah,
Or they're the only one that bids deliver.
I got Stewart Stone here, and it's not delivered, it's to be picked up, right?
Same with Quapaw.
Chairman, if I may, I'd like to make a motion, District 3 will accept Brown Transportation for rock/delivery.
Seems how that's the only delivery we got, I think.
Yes.
So that would be delivered only. Are you gonna award for pickup?
They don't have pickup. They just rock/delivered.
Yeah.
This is rock haul. Rock haul.
I guess my question is, since this is a 2-part bid,
Okay.
if you're not gonna award all of the bid, perhaps we hold to do that all at the same time.
Everyone do it. They're the only
Does
one.
that, but you understand what I'm saying?
They're the only one that bid the
Right,
deliveries.
right.
So, if I might, just for informational purposes, Stewart Stone from Pawnee is $13 a ton for inch and a half crusher run. That's gone up a touch since last time.
Quapaw is, $11.50 for inch and a half. And that's drum right,
How much?
$11.50.
Oh, that's not too bad.
And then, 7 Mile Quarry, which is the one that is out there east of, what is it, Ponca City? Is $9.25 per ton.
Okay. So, I think what we're gonna ask is these be put in a spreadsheet, and we'll, make a decision tomorrow. And thank you for being Superwoman for us on that.
better, that's right.
I didn't say that. Can you do that back?
Yeah, we have to keep that around. Here's that one.
Thank you, ma'am. So we're gonna table this till tomorrow? Right? Okay.
Yes.
All right, item 6.
No, we have 2 more bids.
We do?
Yes.
Oh, yes, I'm sorry, asphalt and asphalt laid in place.
So, yes.
I got ahead of myself.
6-month asphalt, we received bids from Logan County Asphalt, Atlas Asphalt, Pascal Lemon, and TJ Campbell.
We already did cold patch, so that bid was correct.
Right.
Yes.
Oh, snap, now we,
Oh.
wait a minute. Oh, that's crushed asphalt.
So I have Logan County Asphalt, Virgin Hot Mix A, $89.50, Hot Mix B, $91.50, Hot Mix C, $91.50. No crushed asphalt.
Is that delivered?
No.
That's picked up. I've got TJ Campbell 70 for type A version, 73.75. Type B 82.25, type C 82.75.
I've got Atlas, picked up by Logan County, type A 71.53, type B 74.80, type C 78.46, and crushed asphalt for 35.
And Logan County did not bid recycle.
That was Virgin. The recycled, I've got 58.87 for type A, 63.58 for type B, and 70.41 for type C.
So, and I propose we ask Tracy to put these in the spreadsheet for us to look over. We'll table this till tomorrow.
We've got one more, if we want to read it.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is gonna be Pascal Lemon,
Thank you, sis.
Virgin Asphalt, picked up by Logan County, 72.85 for type A, 82.80 for type B, 84.20 for type C, no bid for crushed asphalt. Recycled, 25% recycled material, type A, 56.15, type B, 67.10, type C, 69.45. Delivery is $4 per ton, plus 20 cents per mile per ton. Thank you, Tracy.
All right, so we're gonna table that one until tomorrow. All right, and we have one more item, 6-month asphalt laid in place.
We have bids from Atlas Paving, Pascal Lemon, and TJ Campbell.
Did we already do deep patching? Okay, yeah. I remember right, that was expensive too. Oh, actually, here, hold that. Oh, I got a better one here, we can just table that.
I'd say we put it on the spreadsheet.
Oh, that's a big one.
That one's always a big one.
Yeah. I agree.
Wow. Look at all these zones.
How come I got zone 5, zone 12, zone?
You only got zone 5, and that was actually to be more fair to you and to the vendors, because there's such a mileage difference between your zone 5 and your upper, between Forest Hill Road and Marshall.
Do we need to read these off in a meeting, or?
There is so many variations on that.
Cause it, true.
Yeah.
Y'all wanna just pick out a district and read off zone 1 and just,
Yeah, whichever one you wanna do.
I'll open mine up, zone 1, district 1. We'll do 150 to 300 ton, recycled hot mix C is 118.98.
Logan County District 2, 150 to 300 tons. District 2 Zone 1, recycle hot mix type C, 159.68.
How much is it to District 1?
Yeah, do
So,
district 1 if you don't mind, Cody.
Alright,
Zone
district-
1, district 1.
Apples to apples kind of deal, because you read off mine and that's what.
150 ton to 300 ton.
Zone 1, District 1.
Type C.
Type C, 150 to 300 tons is 159.90.
Haskell Lemon, same thing, District 1, Zone 1, 150 to 300 ton. Type C, recycled, is 108.78.
And I was on Atlas, just for the record.
Right.
I was TJ Campbell.
All right, I think we're ready enough to meet the intent of the laws. Those are these, and just put them in a spreadsheet, and we'll
See you
have a list till tomorrow.
Thank you, Preston, for doing this.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. All right, now item 6.
Yes, sir.
Okay, item 6. Receive petition seeking annexation of area within Logan County, Oklahoma into the Deer Creek Fire Protection District pursuant to Title 19, Section 901.22, and consideration and possible action to call for a public hearing to hear any persons to protest the proposed annexation or proposed boundaries of the territory. And then the boundaries are described underneath. This is all over in southwest Logan County, off Waterloo Road on the south side, up not more than 2 miles or something like that.
I actually
We
have a whole bunch to tell you and maps to go along, so if
Right,
you'll pass that down.
So this is not the first time this has come up, but Lowell and I talked about it last year, right?
Yeah, it's just taken them this long to get their
Right.
stuff together.
So the first question I have, ma'am, is did we get the count done on
Yes,
their
sir.
petition?
So I am here to, let you know, let me get all my stuff sorted here. So the law required, to move this ahead, they needed 25% of the record owners in the proposed annexation area to sign a petition. They brought the petition to me with their totals of 258 signatures. The assessor's office provided an ownership list for that proposed area, that had 600, just a few more than 600 property owners. Certifying the petition, they had 258. We had to discard 18 signatures. Either they were multiples, they had signed the petition twice, or they were not record owners.
So 240?
So we have a certification of 240. They do meet the minimum of 25% of the record owners.
And how many record owners are on there?
603.
Okay.
So 25% was 150.75. I knew I had it.
They got 240
And they have 240 certified.
Okay, so that meets the requirement to move forward for the consideration.
Right.
Okay.
So the statute, provides that a public hearing be held, to hear any protest not less than 20 days from the petition and not longer than 40 days from the petition. It can be part of a regular commissioners meeting. Lowell and I got together, it would fall properly to be able to have the public hearing on July the 31st. The action today is to, if that's a date you all would like to use, then to call it for that date and authorize the county clerk to make the required notifications and publications. Leading up to that date would be the public hearing. After that would be the board's determination of whether it goes to the ballot or not. Lowell called me last night. I've got to get with the election board to figure out the cost, because it's gonna line up with, they won't have to pay for precincts, but he suspects they're gonna have to put up the money for the ballots.
Okay.
So will there be a notice sent out to all 603 landowners?
The law requires publication in the newspaper, and I'll put it on our website.
So
we don't know.
So there's a couple of different variations here, Mike. The landowner petition is only to get it to a public hearing.
Right.
And then after that, if it goes to a ballot, if we decide to do that, after the hearing, right, the public hearing, then it goes on the ballot and it requires a supermajority of the voters in that area, right? So was it 66%? 66%.
So at the
Have to
election,
vote for it.
anyone.
And so anyone that lives in that registered voters that lives in that area that's boxed off here can vote on that. So that'll be a special ballot. And it's kind of weird because that covers a couple of different voting precincts. And so they've got to do some polling magic when it comes in November if we decide to do that. The other thing is, I really recommend that we have a special meeting to have this public hearing, so we can devote our time and attention just to that, and possibly have it, at a time, that allows people that are working to attend. I mean, I just like to throw that out there. Maybe we could have it at the fairgrounds, and do it there, or maybe someplace south. I'm open to suggestions on that, but right now, our action is to schedule a public hearing and go through that part.
Hey, I can be at any of them, just let me know when we wanna do it.
Same.
Well, like I said, I'm just throwing out suggestions.
Yeah.
I mean, how do y'all feel about having it after normal work hours so people can, like a 7 PM meeting, something like that?
I'm good with it.
Okay. All right, and then
We'll look at,
because I think everybody ought to have an opportunity to weigh in on this. And the interesting thing about the wording in here is that it says that we hold a public hearing to allow people who have, that want to talk against it. Doesn't say to allow people who are for it to speak. It's just kind of an interesting way it's worded.
So they had to meet a certain percentage, what do you say, 25%?
Of the landowners.
Of the landowners. So they petitioned us to put it on the ballot, so what's the public hearing about? I
Well,
mean, if we have to put it on the ballot.
We don't have to put it on the ballot, so we hold a public hearing, we listen to the people that show up, and if, it says what the statute says is, if the commissioners determine, what is it?
In Lowell, yeah, this is Lowell's email me this item right here.
Right. If the board determines that it is conducive to the public safety of the area to be annexed, the board will approve an order calling an election of qualified So that's, we make a decision after the public hearing, whether there's, you know, whether it's, to the benefit of the public safety to do that. So, I mean, unless, well, I'm getting ahead of myself a little bit, yes, ma'am.
Just based on what you said, this is where I pulled the verbiage on that agenda item, was out of his email.
Yes, well, I mean, and that's also in the statute, right? So it says, it's published in the county newspaper for 2 consecutive weeks before the date of the hearing. The notice will describe the boundaries of the territory to be annexed and state the time and place of the hearing, and that any person may appear at the hearing to protest the annexation or the proposed boundaries of the territory to be annexed. That's what I meant. That's, the statute says that people appear at the public hearing to if they want to protest it. So, what I can foresee, what we don't need is a long line of people that want to get up and say, yeah, I think it's a great idea. Because, I mean, that's already described in a proposal that the fire district wants to do, I think. However, I have a hard time limiting, you know, topic, in speech, but anyway.
Well, my thought, if you just put this in the paper, I mean, the area you're talking about, I bet you no one sees this paper.
I understand. I mean.
Is there a newspaper that hits down South County down
The
there?
only, I mean, the Oklahoman or the Edmond Sun, and it's still gonna post as a legal notice, so I don't, I mean,
Ain't nobody gonna read that. That's my point.
Okay.
But, hey.
now, I
we
would
got a fault.
suspect, in all honesty, since this is being brought by Deer Creek Fire Department on behalf of their actual fire district,
People.
that they very much may be able to kind of put the word out as well, that's down in their area.
Right. So, I think it would be, and I don't wanna, I'm not saying anything bad about our Deer Creek Fire Department, because they're a really great fire department, first responders, they do a good job. But I can't see how, if they're the ones that want this to go forward, that they would contact people to say, hey, if you wanna talk against this, go to the
Well,
public.
no, and I understand that.
But anyway, I think the best we can do is, you know, the publication.
Right.
Right, and maybe put it on our website, you know.
Alright, so do we need a motion for this?
We need to,
We need a date and
call,
time.
we need a date and a time and a place. I could probably waive off the place until, but I mean,
So, July 31st, you said July 31st, right?
well, because that just popped in as the last day, our last
That's a
business day is
Sunday.
actually gonna be the 29th, now that I
Okay.
look at the calendar,
Alright.
so.
July 29th at 7 p.m.
That's your birthday. Okay, then, how about,
Which I would have no other plans, but
August 1st.
that'll be meeting day, I mean, we can do it that
At
night.
7 p.m.
Yeah.
does that work? Does that meet the time frame?
Yeah, it can't be less than 20 days from today or further than 40 days from today.
Right.
August 1, 7 p.m.
And tentatively at the fairgrounds?
Mall.
Mall. Let me think about that one for a second.
Yeah, I'm good. Well, we'd have to check with fairgrounds. and see
Yeah,
if they
yeah.
do.
Unless there's somewhere in Cashin we can have it, but.
Cashin's still a bit outside that area.
Yeah.
Just for quick reference, we're looking at an area bordered on Waterloo to the south, Pennsylvania to the east, half section line, west or east of County Line Road, and then it just really jags, but as far north, there's a section of it that goes as far north as the river in 74.
So tentatively at the fairgrounds, and then we'll work from there.
Was that the river or the Cotton Creek?
That may be the Cottonwood, yeah.
Okay, I was about to say,
Yeah.
that's a
What?
big
Yeah,
area.
the Cottonwood, I said river, it's the Cottonwood.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I was thinking I was looking at it wrong.
So the Logan County Trust has 3 acres in there.
Yes, we
Big
do.
smokes and
We,
clean.
we.
And Logan County, is on the ownership list.
So, did we sign up for this?
I did not see a signature on that.
So I'd make a motion if the fairgrounds is open, we do it August 1st, 7 p.m., Logan County Fairgrounds.
I second.
Educational board.
Have a motion and a second on the time and place and location. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
So be it. August 1st, 7 p.m. at the fairgrounds, available. All right. Moving on, item 7. Consideration and possible action on resolution establishing participation in ACO SIG for FY 22-23 property and liability insurance. In the
Deductible fund, this year 344, 301 with 125,000 going to the deductible fund.
I'll move we approve.
I'll second.
And that's with the selection of one-time
One-time
payment.
payment.
One-time payment.
Okay. Have a motion and a second for one-time payment of the total amount. Any further discussion?
How much does it save with the single payment?
They didn't break it out on this one. It's usually about 5,000. They didn't break it
I'll
out.
stick with my motion.
There's 2 signatures.
Okay, so have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes unanimously. Okay, item 8, consideration and possible action on resolution to renew lease and lease purchase agreement with Logan County Public Works for District 1 for 3 road graders, a 2003, a 2013, 2015 road grader.
I'll move we approve.
Second.
All right, I have a motion and a second to approve. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes unanimously. Item 9, consideration and possible action on resolution to renew lease purchase agreement with Logan County Public Works for District 2 for a 2016 John Deere dozer.
I'll move to approve.
I'll second.
Have a motion and a second to approve. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion approved. There you go, sir. Item 10, consideration and possible action on resolution to renew lease purchase agreement with Cat Financial for District 2 for, looks like 1, 2, 3, 4 Caterpillar 12 M3s.
I'll move to approve.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to approve that lease for the 4th graders for District 2. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes unanimously. All right, item 11, consideration and possible action on resolution to renew lease purchase agreement with Security State Bank for the following equipment. D3, 2 2018 John Deere 672, 672 GP and 672G grader.
I'll move we approve.
I'll second.
Have a motion and a second to approve the graders for D3. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes unanimously. All right, item 12, consideration of possible action on resolution to renew lease purchase agreement with Logan County Public Works for District 3 for 2015 excavator, 2018 Mack truck, 2016 Caterpillar 140 M3. Actually, there's 4 of those graders.
I'd make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Have a motion and a second to approve the 4, 5, 6 pieces of equipment. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes unanimously.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, sir. Item 13, consideration and possible action on resolution renewing agreement with Waste Connection for FY 22-23 for District 2.
Make a motion to approve.
I'll second. Have a motion and a second to approve the renewal agreement. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes unanimously. Item 14, consideration of possible action on resolution renewing agreement with Clean Uniform Company for FY 22-23 for District 2.
Move to approve.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to approve the contract for Clean Uniform. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes unanimously. All right, item 15, consideration and possible action on resolution renewing mining agreement with Jim Stover for FY 21-22.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Shelby.
That, wouldn't that be
22-23?
No, well, can we say it was a typo?
Yes, I guess we can.
Since 21-22 doesn't exist?
Well, it did at one time. It does for about, what, another, no, not anymore,
Yeah.
till tomorrow.
I just,
That's all right. 20, okay, so this yes, well, this is right, okay. So, any further discussion on that? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Item 16, consideration and possible action on resolution renewing maintenance agreement with RK Black for FY 22-23 for District 3.
I'll move to approve.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to approve the maintenance agreement with RK Black. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes unanimously. Item 17, consideration of possible action on FY 22-23 professional legal services contract with Tisdale and O'Hara for legal services related to protest valuations.
I'll make a motion we approve.
I'll second.
Have a motion and a second to approve. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes
And
unanimously.
I'm assuming you wanted that.
Yes, thank you.
I figured it wouldn't be on the agenda if you didn't want it, so.
Thank you.
Okay. Item 18, consideration possible action on FY 2022-23 software services agreement with Calpro Incorporated for the following departments: County Clerk, District 3, District 2, Commissioners, Treasurer, Sheriff, District 1, and Emergency Management.
I'll move to approve.
I'll second.
Have a motion and a second to approve the Calpro contract. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion is approved unanimously. wanna make sure it wasn't stamped on every page. Oh. Okay.
I think mine's the only one that takes 2 pages.
Okay, item 19, consideration and possible action on FY 22-23 agreement in the amount of $447 a month with Dan's Pest Control for the Sheriff's Office. Those pesky sheriffs.
It ain't working, yeah. Nope.
I'll move to approve.
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second to approve. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes unanimously. Item 20, consideration of possible action on the FY 22-23 agreement between Logan County Health Department and Mercy Hospital, Logan County for X-ray services.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second to approve the contract with Mercy Hospital. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes unanimously. Item 21, consideration of possible action on the following juvenile detention service agreements for FY 22-23. Western Plains Youth and Family Services Incorporated for $68 a day.
I'll move we approve.
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second to approve. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes unanimously. I don't know, can we get a babysitter for $68 a day anymore?
I don't know.
I think my wife does it. I'm not sure she gets $68 a day.
I think daycares are.
Oh, that's was in there, yeah, that's part that I need to, when I finish that up.
I see.
About $300 a week.
Okay, item 21, consideration of possible action on approving the following permanent road crossings for Otter Creek Midstream LLC. That's, gosh, the northeast corner of 35, 18 north, and 3 west. And
It's just one. Those
I'll
are
make
different.
the motion we approve.
okay.
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second to approve the road crossing. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay. It was supposed to be item number 22, but it was marked 21. I was getting
I didn't
confused
catch
after
it.
that.
I had some issues with my computer this week and.
Oh, no, I was like, wait a minute, did we?
There were 2 21s, yes.
I didn't
21
catch
A,
that, I'm
A
sorry.
and B.
That was 21 too.
21 also?
Yeah.
I see. All right, item 23. Sorry, did my calculations correctly. Consideration and possible action on consent agenda.
I'm just testing you all.
Did I pass?
y'all didn't catch it when you looked at the draft.
Who said we looked at the?
There's the text, right?
I printed it out, it's on my desk.
Who said we looked at the draft? Come on.
Hardly, I just didn't say that.
Or just the donuts for that? Yeah.
I can afford the holes, it's the punch outs that are expensive. Oh, one.
Transfers from last fiscal year to this one. There will be no blankets today, there'll be a bunch of them for tomorrow. Election board claim.
Yeah, the girls were just talking about how you cut them off, no money, you can't do anything for that. I'm so proud of you. Election board thing, so just want to see what you're
Yeah,
doing.
just join. Alcoholic beverage tax.
Alcohol beverage tax in the total amount of $24,723.47.
About an average month.
Where's Chris when you need him?
I know.
He's slacking it.
Which town was he always interested in? Was it?
I think he usually looks at Guthrie.
Guthrie was 17.5. 17.5.
The pond hasn't turned over yet.
And that would conclude consent.
Next task is Lason.
I'll move we approve the consent agenda items.
I will second.
I have a motion and a second to approve consent. Any further discussion?
Cedar Valley got whole $661.
I'm wrapped up in the
All right, item 24, consideration and possible action on claims for payment for June of 2022.
Oh, that looks like a lot.
Holy snap, alligator. You got anything from OSU Extension on budget?
No, and I sent another email, but I've been told that she's gone this week to a conference. But I've had no responses from her. And apparently she won't be here tomorrow.
I guess we just turned one in.
Well, I mean, it's with, that's one of those weird ones because of, it actually ties back to a contract, so
The requirement is to have a contract, it doesn't say how much.
I understand.
$1,
I get that.
that's a contract. Okay, I gotta get a picture of this one. One cent over. Doesn't matter, we gotta count to the penny.
We do. That's why we get good audit results.
Wow. My shop's been busy this time. It's looking filthy there.
We've been right close to 6,000 fields this year, so if you look at the percentages, probably not overly too bad.
Who's supposed to sign here?
Yeah, this is, that's flag. Well, it is signed, so I think she just forgot to take the flag off.
Oh, okay. All right, thank you.
Mhm. Can you push that back up under that?
I'll discuss on.
Yeah, thank you.
Guthrie Fire Department. Oh, never mind, I know why. This is sales tax money.
That's it, fine.
Look at the last. I'll make a motion to approve. I'll second.
I have a motion and a second to approve claims. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes unanimously. All right, item 25, consideration of possible action on purchase card payments for June 2022 at the amount of $4,358.74.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Have a motion and a second to approve the P-card payment. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes unanimously. Alrighty then. Item 26, comments, announcements, questions by the Board of County Commissioners or other county officers and department heads. Stephen?
The roof got done on the building over there.
Sweet.
And thanks, from Monty and Walter for, looking at it and stuff. Now that the roof's done, we got about 40 ceiling tiles that probably need to be replaced over there, from the water damage and stuff, so.
Sure.
I don't know. I'll talk to somebody about trying to get those ordered and get those replaced, so.
Okay.
Yep.
Troy?
Not much going on of substantial news, just actively recruiting for some positions that are open and everything is going well. Gas prices are high.
Yes, sir. All right, thank you. Assessor Murphy?
I don't have any comments, I already thanked you all for your good work.
Okay, great. Ma'am? Monty?
We just finished up our grant with NRCS and the amount of $253,491, and the county's cash responsibility on that is gonna be roughly $9,000 that was gonna pay out of the CRIB account. And I don't have the total yet, but it'd be between 9 and 10. I think we made a PO for 15 to cover it. But anyway, y'all for your support on that project.
Yes, sir. Cody?
I've got nothing.
Okay. I want to commend Mr. Mark Sharpton on making a very effective campaign. And I look forward to working with him on transitioning as county commissioners from over on District 1. He will take office effective the first working day in January, this next coming January, so we've got about 6 months to do transition, and I look forward to working with him on doing that smoothly and answering any questions he may have as he's coming into office and helping him get started on the right foot. And that's all I have on comments and announcements.
Well, I got one more. I'd like to thank you for that, so.
Yes.
That's good.
Well, that's what we're supposed to do.
That's right, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Well, I commend you for it. Thank
Yes,
you.
yes, sir.
All right, item 27, consideration and possible action on adjournment.
I'll move with adjourn.
A second.
Have a motion and a second to adjourn. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, we are adjourned. Thank you, gentlemen.